So, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're all here. My name is Casey O'Toole. I'm the founder of LinkyBot.ai. This is the relational pipeline. Let me tell you what the next 45 minutes actually is. It's not 40 minutes of theory and then a 20-minute pitch. We're not going to do that. I'm going to walk you through the exact framework we run for live client campaigns. Real data, real scripts, real numbers. And at the end, if it fits, we can talk about building it for you. 45 minutes, real framework, no theory tack. Quick thing on me, because it changes how you should hear the next 40 minutes. 10 years, 1,500 clients, and I still run campaigns every single week. I built MyLink solution and scaled it past 1,000 clients. That's where I learned what volume does to a pipeline when there's no system underneath it. I'm not a coach. I don't teach this from the sidelines. Everything that you'll see today comes from campaigns that are live this week, not a case study from 3 years ago. I built this framework because I needed it for my own clients first. I'm an operator, not a coach. That's the lens for everything next. So here's a headline. AI broke cold outbound. Cold outreach volume on LinkedIn is up 300% since 2023. Reply rates dropped about 40% in that exact same window. More messages, fewer conversations at the exact same time. But a small group of operators is seeing the opposite. Their pipelines are full. They're not sending more. They're sending smarter. Volume tripled. Replies fell. The edge moved. 3 things you walk out with today. Write them down. 1, why the AI volume play is a dead end, and what the data says is replacing it. 2, the 3 mistakes killing most LinkedIn outbound right now, and the exact fix for each. 3, the trust framework. I'll be showing you the 4 pillars you can start running this week. 3 takeaways, all of them you can run this week. Quick check on who may be in the room. You're likely one of the following 3 types. Bucket A, you're running LinkedIn outreach and you're not happy with the results. Bucket B, you're not running it yet, but you want to start. Bucket C, you're running it, it's working, and you're here to sharpen your skills. I'm guessing most of you are in bucket A. That's exactly who this is built for. 3 types, most in bucket A, that's the room. Here's a part nobody wants to say out loud, and both numbers are true at once. Connection requests tripled since 2023, yet reply rates fell 35 to 40% in that same period. The inbox is the most crowded it's ever been, and it's getting worse. AI made it cheap to send 1,000 messages, so everyone did, and now nobody reads them. The inbox is a war zone. Loudest doesn't win anymore. So what actually happened? The skill got automated. Writing a personalized sounding message used to take real work. Now it takes 10 seconds with any AI tool, which means the personalization that won in 2021 is now a template every buyer recognizes. Look at that timeline. Personalized outreach was a real edge. 2023, AI meant everyone could fake it. 2026, personalization is the floor. Trust is the ceiling. When everyone has the same tool, the tool stops being an advantage. 3 things just became the premium in this market: trust, taste, and provenance. Trust. Does this person have a track record I can actually verify? Not claims, outcomes. Taste. Did a human use judgment here, or did a bot write it and nobody checked? Provenance. Is there a real person behind this, or am I talking to a sequence? Buyers are getting sharper at spotting all 3. Operators who can prove all 3 are winning. These 3 can't be automated. They can only be earned. Again, trust, taste, provenance. Earned, never faked. Let me make this concrete with one number. Belkins ran a LinkedIn outreach benchmark in 2025. Acceptance rate, whether someone takes your connection, is basically flat, whether you add a note or not. But reply rate doubles when the note is targeted and sounds like a human wrote it. Acceptance means the door is open. Reply means the conversation started. and only one thing moves reply rate: message quality. Please note, quality doubles replies. That's one stat, is the whole argument. So let me be direct, because this is where people get it twisted. AI is excellent at volume, speed, consistency, always on. Those are real. I use AI every day. My team does too. We're not anti-AI. But AI can't build a reputation. It can't demonstrate taste. It can't earn trust. It can't be a real person. You can use AI to do the work. You can't use AI to be the person. The operators winning use AI for the mechanics and humans for the judgment. AI does the work. You are the person. Don't confuse the two. Here's the thesis. Write this one down. AI scales the noise. Relationships scale the signal. The market moved from volume as the edge to trust as the edge. Operators who get that are building real pipelines, conversations that convert, referrals that come back. Everyone is filling inboxes and wondering why their numbers dropped. Again, AI scales the noise. Relationships are the signal. So who's actually winning right now? 3 types. The specialist has deep expertise in one vertical, results you can verify. The relationship builder, warm path, referral-led, connected to a community, not cold. And the systematic operator, signal-led targeting, human-reviewed copy, follow-through that doesn't quit. One thing ties all 3 together. They can point to specific outcomes for specific clients. Proof is the moat. Everything else is noise. And who's losing? Also 3 types. See if one of these stings. The title-only targeter. Person who pulls everyone with VP in the title and sends them all the same sequence, and then wonders why reply rate is 4%. The blast and pray sequencer. 7 touches, 0 personalization, maximum unsubscribes. The AI teleoffender. M dashes everywhere. Absolutely, great question in every reply. That just screams bot. Once a prospect thinks they're talking to a bot, the conversation's over. Blast and pray isn't a strategy. It's a tax on your reputation. If one of those stung, good. Recognition is step 1. One hard thing before the mistakes. The window's open right now. It won't stay open. Most operators haven't adapted. The gap between the one doing this right and everyone else is the widest it'll ever be. Right now, in 2026, in 12 to 18 months, relational outbound is just the baseline. Everyone's doing it. Now, some of you are thinking, I'll just build this myself. You can. Some of you should. But be honest about the lift. A sales navigator seat, signal monitoring across 6 classes, voice-trained AI with a human checking every message, gate logic for objections, account health alerts before LinkedIn flags you. That's a full-time role, not a weekend project. The question isn't whether the system works. You're about to see that it does. The question is whether you build it or hand it to a team that runs it every day. Hold that thought. So either build it now or rebuild it from scratch later. So a quick recap before section 2. AI made volume cheap, so conversion dropped. The new scarcity is trust, taste, and provenance. The Belkin data proves note quality doubles replies. The thesis: AI scales noise, relationships are the signal, and the window is open now. You know why the market moved. Most operators still lose anyways. 3 reasons, and here's the first mistake. So section 1's done. Now I'm going to get into the 3 mistakes. Most operators are making at least 2 of these 3. Not because they're careless. These patterns used to work once, and the market moved. Each one has a specific fix you can run this week. Let's start with the first. 2 of 3, almost everyone. Let's fix them. Mistake 1, you're targeting titles, not signals. Here's the mistake. You pull every CEO in your target industry, send them all the same sequence, and reply rate sits at 4 to 6%. Title tells you the role. tells you nothing about readiness, pain, or fit. So you get high volume, low relevance, and a cinder reputation that's quietly bleeding out every time someone ignores you. Signal layered campaigns run 12 to 18%. Here's a real example. We rebuilt one financial services client's signal layer. Their reply rate went from 4% to 16% in 45 days. Same people, better system. The difference isn't the title, it's the signals on top of it. Title is who could buy, signal is who's ready to buy. Title only worked in 2020, it doesn't now. Back then, fewer tools, less noise, title was a fair proxy for fit. In 2026, every SDR tool runs title lists. The same CEO is getting the same message from 20 vendors this week. Yours is one of them. And LinkedIn's algorithm now flags accounts running high volume, low engagement campaigns. So title isn't just weaker, it's actively damaging your account. Title only doesn't just underperform, it gets you flagged. The fix. Layer signals on top of the title. Start with the baseline, title, industry, company size, then stack in signals. One is job change. They changed roles in the last 90 days. Highest buying intent signal on the platform. New role, new mandate, new budget. Two, hiring. They're hiring for roles your services fix. So the problem is live. Three is content. They posted about a problem you solved in the last 30 days. And the four is warm path, mutual connection, shared group, or shared event. Each layer shrinks the list and raises relevance. Smaller, sharper lists beat big generic ones every single time. Don't widen the list, sharpen it. Mistake two, your sequence is a broadcast, not a conversation. Blast and pray. Same 5 to 7 message drip to everyone, no matter how they reply or whether they reply at all. No adaptation, no relevance, just interruptions on a timer. Prospects feel processed, not talked to, so they unsubscribe, ignore, or worse, block. 7-touch generic sequences average 2 to 3%. Hook, meet, closure architecture runs 8 to 12%. Same audience, different architecture. A broadcast gets tuned out, a conversation gets a reply. So watch the contrast. It's brutal. Generic message. Hey, first name, I noticed you're at the CEO of ABC company. We help companies just like yours with LinkedIn outreach. Open to a quick call? That tells the prospect one thing. You're one of thousands, and I didn't research you. Signal-led. Hi, Marcus. Saw you join Apex as their new VP of sales. Most new sales leaders I talk to are rebuilding pipeline from scratch in the first 90 days. That's exactly what we do. Worth a 15-minute conversation? The difference is specificity. Trust needs specificity. Specificity needs research. The irony? AI can do the research for you, but most operators skip it anyways. Specific beats polished. Every time. The fix? 3 parts. Hook, meet, close. Hook. One specific observation about this prospect right now. 1 sentence. It proves you did the homework. Meet. 1 concrete value statement tied to their situation. 1 to 2 sentences max. Close. 1 low friction ask. Not a demo. Not a 30-minute call. A yes or no question. 3 to 5 sentences max, under 75 words. That's the whole thing. Hook, meet, close, under 75 words. Mistake 3, your copy is screaming a bot wrote this. AI tells are the phrases trained readers clock instantly as machine written. And they tell the prospect, no human wrote this. No human reviewed this. You're not worth the effort. Once they spot the tell, credibility is gone. And it happens in the first sentence. 1 AI tell in sentence 1 ends the conversation. Here are the tells. Learn to spot them in your own copy. The obvious one is the M dash. AI loves to link thoughts. People rarely use it in a quick LinkedIn message. The sycophant. I was incredibly impressed by your profile. Fake flattery. Nobody talks like that. The preamble. Hope this finds you well. That burns the first 40 characters, the only text that prospect sees before they decide to open. The enthusiast. Absolutely, great question, screams automated reply. The jargon pile, synergy, leverage, circle back, corporate filler. It's all corporate filler. The fellow professional. As a fellow leader in tech, etc. No human introduces themselves that way. The rule's simple. If you wouldn't say it to a colleague on Slack, don't let your AI send it to a prospect. Spot the tell before your prospect does. So here's the fix. A voice fingerprint plus a human review layer. Voice fingerprint means you train the AI on your real writing. You ban the words you never use. You lock sentence length and structure. Human review means you never auto-send. A real person edits and approves every message before it goes out. AI writes the first draft, never the final one. AI handles the draft, humans handle the trust. Quick note, if you'd rather we just build this for you, the link is calendar.linkybot.ai/qualified-pipeline. Keep it handy, we'll come back to it later. Targeting and copy get you in the door. They don't book the call. The system that does has 4 parts. AI drafts it, a human approves it, 0 tells go out. Now this is the part that I'm most fired up about, the trust first framework. 4 pillars, 1 system. Pillar 1, signal-led ICP. Pillar 2, mode and framework. Pillar 3, conversation gates. Pillar 4, account health. Every high-performing LinkyBot campaign runs all 4. You get these slides after, don't memorize. Catch the one move per pillar that fits where you're stuck. 4 pillars, 1 system, let's run with them. Pillar 1, target who's ready, not just who fits. Your ICP tells you who could buy. Signals tell you who's ready to buy right now. Signal-led targeting stacks behavior and context on top of demographic fit. Result, smaller lists, higher relevance, dramatically better replies. The rule, we never launch on a static list. We always layer on 1 or 2 signals. If someone fits but shows no signal, they go to nurture, not active outreach. Fit gets you the list. Signal gets the meeting. Here are the 6 signal classes that flag buying readiness. This is one of the most useful pieces in the whole session. 1 is job change. New role in the last 90 days. Highest intent on the platform. Full stop. 2 is hiring. They're recruiting for roles your solution touches. Budget and need right now. 3 is content. They posted about your problem in the past 30 days. 4, tech stack. They added or dropped a tool you complement. 5, funding or growth. New round, expansion, acquisition, new money, new mandate. 6 is warm path. Mutual connection or shared network, highest converting class there is. Prioritize 1 through 5. No signal at all means your best copy and your lowest volume. That's the hardest mode to run. Job change is the fastest to set up. If you only do 1 this week, do that one. Again, 6 signals, stack 1 or 2, and watch relevance jump. Here's what it looks like in the actual tool. A sales navigator search for a financial services campaign. VP of sales, head of sales, or chief revenue officer in the financial services, fintech, or insurance industry with a company headcount of 50 to 500. Then filters. Change jobs in the past 90 days, posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. You drop from 10,000 generic profiles to 150 primed prospects. That's what trading volume for relevance looks like. 10,000 strangers or 150 primed. Pick the second one. Pillar 2. Pick your mode before you write a single word. Most operators skip this, and it breaks everything downstream. Mode A, volume and friction. Broad, targeting, soft ask, can I send you a resource? Goal is replies and hand raisers from a bigger pool. Mode B is targeted and high value. Narrow, high signal, direct ask. Worth a 15-minute chat? Goal is book meetings with high intent prospects. The most common mistake? Mode A targeting with a mode B ask. Broad list and let's jump on a call. Wrong mode, wrong pace, broken trust. Mode first. The mode picks your message, not the other way around. One question runs the whole decision tree. Is the total addressable market over 1,000 accounts? If yes, mode A, use direct approach, trigger event, or value add. And if no, under 1,000, mode B, use content reference, shared connection, or value add. No signal at all, don't send, build the list first. One question over 1,000 or under. That sets the mode. The 5 frameworks, one for every situation. 1, direct approach. High intent signal, state the problem, state the fix, ask for the meeting. 2, content reference. Active posters, reference their insight, add yours, then ask a question. 3, shared connection, warm path, lead with a mutual connection. That's your trust anchor. 4, trigger event, job change or funding. Congratulate, tie it to a common challenge, offer a resource. 5, value add, low intent. Give something useful with zero expectation of a meeting. These are the 5 frameworks. Match the framework to your signal. Pillar 3, this might be my favorite. AI qualifies the conversation so you don't have to. Conversation gates are AI checkpoints between the first reply and the booked meeting. AI handles objections, answers questions, qualifies the prospect. You step in only when they're ready to talk. You never get on another discovery call with an unqualified prospect. Your calendar fills with high intent conversations. Your time stays protected. AI runs the messy middle. You take the qualified meeting. 4 gates between a connection and your calendar. Gate 1, relevance. Are you solving a problem I actually have? Pass with signal-led targeting and specific hooks. Gate 2, authority. Do you know what you're talking about? Pass with case studies and no AI tells. Gate 3, friction. Is it easy to say yes? Pass with a low friction ask. Worth a chat? Not, here's my calendar link. And gate 4, timing. Is this a priority right now? Pass with triggering events or value-led follow-up. Only the right people reach your calendar. 4 gates, only the ready ones get through. So watch the gates work in real replies. Gate 2, authority. Prospect says, we already use an agency for our LinkedIn outreach. The AI says, oh, that makes sense. Most agencies run volume plays. We run signal-led campaigns with a human review layer. Different approach. Worth a 10-minute comparison? Conversation preserved, routes to a nurture sequence. Gate 4, timing. Prospect says, we're freezing budget until Q3. The AI says, totally fair. I'll reach back out in early Q3. In the meantime, I'll send you one resource on signal-led targeting. No ask attached. Prospect preserved, routes to a Q3 re-engagement campaign. Gate 3, friction. Prospect says, send me your calendar. The AI drops the link automatically. Here you go, 30 minutes, no pitch deck, just your pipeline. No human needed. Every reply routes somewhere, nothing leaks. Pillar 4, monitoring the system before the system breaks. People skip this and regret it. Healthy account, high engagement, targeted volume. The algorithm rewards you with reach and visibility. Restricted account, low engagement, high volume. The algorithm flags you as spam, throttles your reach, and eventually bans you. 3 threshold alerts. Block rate over 2%. The system pauses automatically. Audit targeting before you resume. Acceptance under 15%. Pause and audit copy. The note is the problem. Connection velocity over 30 days. Throttle. High velocity is the fastest path to a restriction. Run campaigns the algorithm never notices. Slow and consistent is invisible. Spikes are not. Protect your account. If it goes down, the pipeline stops. 5 metrics. Track them every Monday, no exceptions. 1, acceptance rate. The target is over 25%. Drop means targeting or your note is off. Number 2 is reply rate. Target over 10%. Drop means your copy is too generic or too salesy. 3, positive reply rates. Target over 30% of replies. Lower means your hook or meet misses. 4 is meeting booking rate. Target over 15% of positive reply rates. Low means your gates need tuning. And then 5 is account health. Your SSI, social selling index. Target over 70. Dropping means the algorithm is noticing. Review Monday. If metrics are off, you know exactly which pillar to fix. 5 numbers every Monday. They tell you which pillar is bleeding. All right, so let me bring it all together. Pillar 1, signal-led ICP. 6 signal classes on top of your ICP. Target readiness. Pillar 2, mode and framework. Mode A is over 1,000 accounts. Mode B, under. The 5 frameworks. Pillar 3, conversation gates, relevance, authority, friction, timing. AI qualifies, humans close. Pillar 4, account health, 5 metrics weekly and with threshold alerts. Here's 90 days out. A few hundred high intent prospects instead of a few thousand. Reply rates in the teens, not low single digits. 2 to 4 qualified calls a week you didn't chase, and an account that's healthy, not one warning from a ban. Remember that financial services client, 4% to 16% in 45 days? Same people, better system. Again, same people, better system. That's the whole promise. So you've earned a straight answer, so here it is. Do you want this built for you? That's what LinkyBot does. 1 is signal-led targeting. We write the Boolean strings and monitor all 6 signal classes. Do it yourself, and you're looking at 20 hours a month plus a sales navigator seat. 2 is the voice fingerprint. We train the AI on your writing and ban your never words. 0 tells. 3 is human review. A real person approves every message before it sends. 4, conversation gates. We run the messy middle and pass you only qualified meetings. 5, account health. We watch the 5 metrics and throttle before LinkedIn flags you. So here's the anchor. Hire an SDR to run a worse version and you're at $60K a year, plus tools, plus 3 months of ramp. We get you live in 48 hours. Most clients see their first qualified calls inside 2 weeks. If all this did was put 2 qualified calls in your calendar a week, would it pay for itself? Sit with that. The guarantee, give us 6 days, and if we haven't booked qualified calls, we keep working free until we do. You don't carry the risk, we do. And the call itself, if the 30 minutes isn't worth your time, I'll tell you on the call and point you to do something different instead. Either way, you leave with a clear plan. We onboard a fixed number of accounts each month, so every client keeps a dedicated manager. 5 slots open for June. Again, the link is calendar.linkybot.ai/qualified-pipeline. 30 minutes, no pitch deck, just your pipeline. Live in 48 hours. Risk is on us. That framework. So if there's any questions, I'll open it up. Drop your questions in the chat. I'm here for the next 15 minutes. The link's is on the screen. If you'd rather skip the chat and book, do it now while we're live. 30 minutes, and I'll tell you exactly where your pipeline's leaking and what to fix. The operators who act in the next 48 hours own the advantage before it becomes the baseline. All right, I'll see you on that call.